Hi, guys. So, welcome back to Relentless Talk Radio. This is episode 58. And I am just getting settled. Of course, right before I was about to go live, my electricity blew. And so I am now getting to my first episode a little defrayed. It's funny because the name of the show today is um, doing the dance. So I am going to just do a message over here to Anne. So let me get on with the topic of the day. So the topic today is doing the dance. And so of course, this is an example of what doing the dance looks like. So I shoot Relentless Talk Radio from home in my home studio. And today, right before I had everything set up to go, and I blew a breaker. And so I had to learn how to get the breaker back going this morning. And that's part of what doing the dance is about, right? So doing the dance is all about just showing up, right? No matter what. And showing up late, showing up fried, showing up on fire, showing up in every way possible. And so this past couple weeks, I've been running a challenge called the Reboot Camp Challenge. And it really has me thinking about what it means to show up for myself, but also for other people, because when you're coaching other people, you have an opportunity to see human nature happening all the time. So we're like a month into this challenge, right? And so people are, Super Bowl Sunday was on Sunday, right? So everybody kind of like did their Super Bowl Sunday thing. It's like shocked that their weight's up this week, right? So of course your weight's going to be up. It was Super Bowl Sunday and you had some chips, right? And that's just the way life is. Life is just about doing the best you can, right? All the time. But when we're doing a challenge or we set a goal for ourselves, there's a lot of kind of back and forth in our own head around, okay, was I really serious when I set this challenge for myself? Did I really mean to put my goal that lofty? What was I really thinking when I decided to do this marathon? There's this thing in our head that goes on in our brain that kind of gets us to do a dance, right? It's the dance of, should I stay or should I go? Should I continue or should I stop? I also am really aware of another dance that I don't want to do this year and don't want to do ever, and have found that I've signed up for the dance a couple times in my life. I don't do the alpha dance. I know that sounds really odd, but I really don't. Like, I love it when another strong person enters the room. I love partnering with strong people. But if I find that we end up dancing, I'll just take the back seat more times than not. I know that sounds kind of like, really? Will you really do that? Yeah, because I want to spend my time on getting things done, not on doing the alpha dance. I don't have to be first place. I don't have to be the biggest voice in the room. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I feel committed to being the biggest voice in the room. It's really important for me to show up and have a voice. And other times I think, no, it's not that important this time, and I can step back and just be a servant leader. So there's two ways to lead in life. There's leading in the front of the pack, and then there's leading sometimes in the back of the pack. Some of us bikers say that the tail wags the dog. And sometimes you can lead more from the behind. And Ann Morris is just signed on, and she said, I like the start. Just do your best. That's right. All day long, right? Just do your best. That's all you got. You can't do more than that, right? So I was thinking about this idea of leading, the tail wagging the dog. Sometimes the best way to lead is from the rear. The best way to lead is to sit in the back corner and smile and be encouraging and to not open your mouth. I know that sounds crazy. And those of you who know me know that, I lead something like that sometimes. I remember I was at a wedding, like, I don't know, maybe about 15 years ago now, 12 years ago. It was a while ago. And it was when I had my salon back east. And one of my friends who used to work with me sometimes in the salon, was getting married. And one of my stylists was there. And she said, "Gosh, Michelle, you're really quiet." And I looked at her and I said, "So and so, it's not my wedding." And she was like, "Oh, yeah, I get it." Like sometimes I'm really aware of how strong my personality is, so I have to step back. And that's what a dance is. You know what I mean? And ironically, in dancing, if you're ballroom dancing, I'm talking to Tara Nicole, and it's so funny. She's just saying, "We don't know what we don't know," and that's for sure. I did not know that the electricity was going to go out before I started the show today. For sure, I didn't know that. And so you just have to go with it, right? But I think one of the interesting things about dance and why the metaphor came up to me for me today with Tara and Nicole, because they're both creatives, is that in ballroom dancing, the woman's actually not the lead, usually, right? Unless you're two women are dancing together, or unless you cognitively say, "Okay, I'm going to lead and you be the follower." But in the dance world, the man is the lead. And I find that dancing is a really cool way to know how to lead sometimes and when you have to be a follower. I mean, I love it when, let's for example, I've never had the electricity go out in our condo. So I called Doc at work and I said, electricity's out. And he said very calmly, and I really appreciate that when he does that, right? He knows, like, I've got the radio show in 2 seconds and I like to be as on time as possible, right? And so he just very calmly told me where to go, where I didn't know where the breaker was. I'm always nervous when I'm touching the breaker for the first time. So he showed me, he just verbally walked me through it in a really calm way. And, I'm really okay with that. I'm okay with not knowing everything. I'm okay with following. I'm okay with taking direction. And that's kind of what the dance of entrepreneurism is. Sometimes you're the lead, you know what to do, you're leading people, you're telling them what to do. And other times you're like, "Gosh, I don't know, let's figure it out together." And other times you're the follower. So this idea of the dance, the more I think about today's topic, to do the dance, right? Initially, I was thinking that, it's like do the do. You got to show up and actually show up for the project, right? Show up for the work, show up for the radio show, show up, right? This has been the 6th week in a row that I've had a guest cancel the day before my show. I love that. And what's amazing is Tara Nicole is an example of somebody who shows up, because she reached out to me on Facebook. I looked at her profile and I thought, that's interesting. I want to talk with her. And so we made an appointment to see if maybe she might be a good fit for Relentless Talk Radio. So yesterday I called her and said, guess what? Someone canceled today. Could you step up? And she did. So Tara is the kind of example that I love to talk to, because she's just starting her business and she's doing the do. She's showing up, right? She's doing the dance. And she's, when she's asked to dance, she gets off the bench and she dances. She doesn't pass. So this idea of doing the dance is more than just doing it. It's, accepting the challenge, getting off the bench and allowing yourself to be led or try something new, or allow yourself to be the leader. So Tara's going to do some dancing with us, and Doc and I are going to do some dancing. We've been wanting to do that anyway, and Tara's going to come over to our condo and teach us how to dance, or we might actually do it outside in Cave Creek. It depends on the time. So I'm super excited about that. Now, I do want to mention our sponsors for this show. So I'm going to say that again this week. I'm really shouting out Muscular Moving Men. They are amazing. They help me move from Cave Creek to Central Phoenix, and they just did such a great job. I was moving on my own, and Doc helped me a little bit, but I just love that he helped me a lot, actually. But I love that we had 2 guys helping us do the bulk of the moving. And so Muscular Moving Men, if you're moving around town or you're moving across country, definitely give them a call, muscularmovingmen.com. And then also Photos by Elena and Jim. I'm shouting them again out this week. If you're looking for a really fantastic photographer who will not only take amazing photographs of you, but who will absolutely show up with the most amazing, warm, kind grace, then please do give Elena and Jim a call over at photosbyelenandjim.com and let them know that Michelle sent you at Relentless Talk Radio. All right. So I'm going to sign out of here, and I'm going to go over and scoop up Tara, and we're going to have a little bit of a conversation about what she does with her company, Tara Nicole Dance, and how she can come to your home and teach you about ballroom dancing. And then after that, we're going to talk to Ann Osgood. She's an amazing, amazing painter, and we're going to talk to her about some event that she has coming up here at First Friday Art Walk. in cooperation with ArtLink here in Phoenix. So thanks a lot, guys, and I'll be right back.